Hey y'all, we are off to Minneapolis tomorrow, and we're going to be doing a very special video from Minneapolis File Fest, the 30th anniversary of the X-Files, and I am going to get to meet Mitch Pileggi, one of my favorite actors. He plays one of my favorite fictional roles of all time, and that's Mr. Walter Skinner, my FBI dad who raised me. I was going to do this for Father's Day, but I ran out of time, and I was doing a lot of family stuff. So I thought I'd do it now, because meeting Mitch Pileggi is a big deal for me. It would be like meeting Patrick Stewart or James Earl Jones. Like, they voiced characters that raised me. Of course, Patrick Stewart voiced... what am I telling? Patrick Stewart played Jean-Luc Picard, my space dad. And, of course, James Earl Jones plays another great dad, Darth Vader. I'm just kidding. Darth Vader was a terrible dad. He plays Mufasa in The Lion King, which was my formative movie when I was a kid. So, you know, those actors, they raised me. And I grew up in a generation where, you know, a lot of kids, especially young girls, did not have positive father figures. And to see a guy like Mr. Skinner, who was like this hard ass, and he would drop a bitch, but then, like, he had this very nurturing side. And I always did say he was Mulder and Scully's dad, and he very much regards them as his kids. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. I just want to talk about some of my favorite Mr. Skinner moments in the X-Files. This is gonna be a very loose, like, top 10 list. It might not even come out to top 10 because I don't have much time. I should be packing right now and getting my 8-year-old ready for bed, but I'm doing this video, so cheers. I love you guys. Yeah, we'll just do this very loose countdown. I'm calling this the A.D. Walter Skinner best FBI dad moments, and hey, we love you, Mitch Pileggi. If you see this video, you know, we love you. Thanks for playing the character that was one of my top father figures of all time. You're right up there with Andy Griffith and Mufasa. So thanks. This is dedicated to you, Mitch. We love you. Okay, yeah, this is just very loose. I'm just going to be telling my favorite Walter Skinner moments. I love, you know what, we'll start by seasons, okay? Season 1, of course, Toombs is the first episode. He is a character in, and I love the end, where, at the beginning of the X-Files, you don't really know whose side Mr. Skinner is on. Is he working for Smoking Man? Is he working to help Mulder and Scully? We don't really know. And in Toombs, he, like, turns to the Smoking Man, who's in his office all the time, and he's like, do you believe what Mulder and Scully say? And Smoking Man's like, of course I do. And this look travels between them, and I really think that was the moment when Smoking Man saw, like, hey, you know, Mr. Skinner might not be on my side. And I like that moment. It's just a little one, but I really like it. It's early on. You can't really talk about Mr. Skinner without talking about the episode Anasazi, the final episode of season 2. Love the scene where he just manhandles Mulder in the hallway. Me and my spouse and my daughter have this joke that Mr. Skinner and Mulder have to roughhouse like once a season at least. It's a great scene. Every time Mulder and Skinner have a little tussle, it's just a delight to watch. And hey, we'll keep on going. He's got a lot of great moments in the Anasazi Blessing Way paperclip trifecta episode. But my favorite is at the end of Paperclip. This is my favorite Walter Skinner moment. I know we're going by seasons, but this is my favorite Walter Skinner moment. Albert Hosteen, another one of my favorite characters, and he are like telling Smoking Man, like, no, fuck you. You can't put Mulder and Scully in danger. Like, we're gonna protect our kids. Also great dad-grandpa solidarity between Mr. Skinner and Albert Hosteen. Albert Hosteen is Mulder and Scully's adopted grandpa, of course. But, Mr. Skinner's like, hey, Albert's told all his buddies in their native language these secret government secrets, and he's like, so you better leave, you better step the fuck off, you know. and leave Mulder and Scully alone. And it's just a great moment when the Smoking Man leaves with his tail between his legs. Mr. Skinner turns to Albert and they like nod. They're like, yeah, we're great dads. And I love that little moment. A lot of Mitch Pileggi's genius is in his nonverbal acting. And Mr. Skinner just has these great little movements. I like the way he just slides into doors. He's like, hey, Dad's here. Is there a baby to protect? And that moves us on to our next moment. This is an underrated... Oh, you can see all my daughter's plushies over there in her very messy room. You can... This is an underrated Mr. Skinner moment. But I like the scene in Pusher where Mr. Skinner is walking down the hallway and he sees Robert Patrick Modell, like, messing with Holly, who's this research... This employee that works in research in the FBI building. And there's another great scene in Apocrypha. No, I think it might be in Piper Maru, but Mr. Skinner like comes to this diner every day, and he has this very nice relationship with the waitress, where he's just kind of like he has this very nice rapport with her. Like he comes in there every day, and if you know Mr. Skinner for any amount of time, he will adopt any little baby. Like, he's like, I'm your dad now, you know? Like he did with Mulder and Scully. And I think he did, like, Holly that way, where she was, like, this kid who was unsure of herself. And Mr. Skinner's like, I have to protect her. And he, like, immediately goes in. He's like, are you messing with my daughter? And I like how Modell's shit doesn't work on Mr. Skinner. Also another episode where Mr. Skinner gets beat up. Jesus Christ, stop beating up this guy. Let's move on to the episode Zero Sum. Just, that whole fucking episode where, Mr. Skinner's like, I'll do whatever it takes to save my precious baby daughter, Scully. That's just a great episode. When I'm feeling down, that's one of my comfort episodes. I'm like, yes, let's see Mr. Skinner and the bees. The Secret Life of Walter Skinner instead of The Secret Life of Bees. Also, Mr. Skinner's middle name is Sergei, and I just really love that. That's just a great name. All of the scenes where Mr. Skinner fights Krychek, I mean, anytime Mulder or Mr. Skinner fights Krychek, my soul leaves my body. It's just comedy gold. And I know it's unintentional. No offense to you, Mitch, but God, it's hilarious. All of the scenes in Tunguska with Krychek and Mr. Skinner. Mr. Skinner comes in there with his shirt off and he just punches Krychek and he's like, that's a start, boy. And then he like locks Krychek on his balcony and he just whispers in his ear and he's like, think warm thoughts. And I love that scene. I fucking love it. Okay, let's move on. Season 8, well, we gotta talk about Hollywood AD, just that whole episode. Seeing Mr. Skinner openly ship Mulder and Scully in the theater, he's like, yeah, kiss Scully, you idiot. That's what he's saying to Mulder the whole time. Also the line, Agent Scully, if I, put on a wig and had a pink silk purse, you know, would I be Marilyn Monroe? Would that mean I had an affair with JFK? That's a great line. So anyway, those are my favorite Mr. Skinner moments, and I will see you guys later. Oh, I also really like the scene in Via Negativa where Doggett like really wants to find out hey, come here, here's another great dad. This is Will. He's my spouse, and he's my baby's father, and he's AKA the best dad in the universe. In all the galaxies. He's a better dad than Mr. Skinner. And that's pretty great. That's some high praise. I love you guys. We'll see you at Fall Fest! Also, the scene in Via Negativa where, Mr. Skinner, Doggett wants to find out where Scully is, and Mr. Skinner just, like, reaches out and grabs, Doggett's hand, and he's like, no, he's like, he has to protect his girl at all costs, and I love that moment. It's, again, a very small moment. And, taking it into the revival. I love this scene in The Lost Art of Forehead Sweat. That was an episode I did not like. But this scene just cracks me up. At the end, Mr. Skinner just like shows up to take his kids home. He's like, "Hey, I'm here. Did you guys have fun?" Like, he's very much the dad picking up their kids from Chuck E. Cheese energy there. And I've got a million more moments. This is just from the show. This isn't from the X-Files novels or fanfics I love. So, hey, what are your favorite Mr. Skinner moments? It could be from the show, from fan fiction, from the X-Files novels. I'm thinking of a moment in Ground Zero, the Kenneth J. Anderson novel. There's a Mr. Skinner moment in there where he just comes out of his office and he looks very bewildered, and he just says to Mulder, like, the air conditioning's broken again. And it's just such a dad thing to say, that he would say that to Mulder. He's like, "God damn air conditioning." Yeah, we love you, Mitch Pileggi, and I love you guys. Thank you for watching my videos. I have a small group of followers, but I love all you guys. And we'll see you in Minneapolis. I'm going to make a special video from Minneapolis, my favorite Agent Monica Reyes moments, because I'm going to meet Annabeth. I'm going to meet Annabeth Gish. So I'm going to do a very special video from there. I love you guys. You're great. By the time you watch this, I will probably be in Kentucky. So I love you guys. Thanks to my mom for everything, Mom. You are really just, my mom is, she can do anything. She's great. She really supports me in my art, and I love her. My mom's a small badass, just like Scully, and yeah, that's great. Also, thanks to my spouse. Thank you to the X-Files the X-Files chat room podcast. Two wonderful gals. Can't wait to meet y'all. And shout out to all my Twitter peeps, my Tumblr peeps. I'll be having more art and a new project with the X-Men coming up soon. So I'll see you guys later. I'll see you at Fall Fest. I'll see you in Minneapolis. Little red car.